Hello, my name is Joshua Peterson. I graduated from the University of Wisconsin-Stout where I majored in engineering technology. Although I was a full-time student, I also consider myself a full-time athlete as I played 4 years on the football team. I was fortunate enough to conclude my career playing for Team USA against the Mexican All-Stars in the Aztec Bowl, a subdivision All-Star game. I was also in Army ROTC in college, and upon graduation, I commissioned as a second lieutenant in the Corps of Engineers. I've been in the National Guard for about a year and a half, and I'm consistently astonished at the complexity and organization it takes to create a team of over 500,000 people. I'm honored to serve in the greatest military for the greatest nation in the world. In 2011, the United States military sent 4 fighter jets over Lambeau Field, which houses arguably the greatest franchise in the National Football League history. In 2011, the Packers were coming off a championship season and finished 15-1. This year, most Packer fans will cringe at the thought of a heartbreaking loss to the Seattle Seahawks only one game before the Super Bowl. Despite the loss, the Packers quarterback Aaron Rodgers finished that as the NFL's most valuable football player. Although a great honor, this does not overcome the disappointment both the players and fans experienced in a short 60-minute game. A team is never defined by individual accolades, but rather by the team's accomplishments. Unfortunately, I'm not here to talk to you just about the Packers, but rather the largest imaginable picture of a team concept. A team can be described as many individuals working towards one common goal, which solidifies the fact that a team does not only reside on a sports venue, but a team can be defined through a family, an office department, a state, or even a nation. Growing up, we have all had people we depend on. Maybe it was a family member, a friend, or even a mentor. We can consider any one of these relationships a team. Just as a student would depend on a teacher for their educational goals, there are people that we rely on for love and support throughout life. But a team does not stop there. For example, every 2 years for only 17 days, America creates a gigantic team for the Summer and Winter Olympics. It is a thing of beauty when two different American citizens are able to find some common ground while cheering for their home nation's success. The next Summer Olympics are in 2016, and we are once again able to come together as a team to cheer on our nation. Not only do we have the Olympics in 2016, but we are also geared for another presidential election, and regardless of party, I encourage you to vote. The United States is consistently divided by two political parties, Democratic and Republican. There is truly no way to say what party has the correct answer to our nation's problems, but we can say that we have seen both successes and failures from each party. Soon after the tragic 9/11, President George W. Bush declared war on terrorism. His national approval rating skyrocketed to above 90%. 8 years later, President Bush finished his tenure with a 34% approval rating, and we saw the office completely switch parties to the Democratic candidate Barack Obama. Barack Obama is a charismatic face for the greatest nation in the world. During his tenure, he has ended the war in Iraq, eliminated Osama bin Laden, and although many individuals will criticize his Affordable Care Act, I can assure you that these decisions were all made in the best interest of our nation. Scott Walker has faced similar scrutiny in the state of Wisconsin. Focusing on creating jobs and tax breaks, he refined the public union's collective bargaining rights. He then proceeded to be the first U.S. governor to survive a recall election and was quoted stating, "There is more that unites us than divides us." I can assure you that all these decisions were not made as an attack against public unions, but in the best interest for the state. In 2014, Scott was reelected to his second term as governor. Immediately, this made him a strong candidate for the upcoming presidential election. Because of his conservative body of work, he is sure to divide our nation to two sides. The other side may be represented by Hillary Clinton. Hillary has great experience in politics, serving as the First Lady, a senator, and even the Secretary of State. Recently, Hillary has been condemned by using her personal email account for government works. However, her body of work cannot go unnoticed. There is no stating who will win or even run in the 2016 presidential election, but I can guarantee you that the nation will once again be split by political parties. I encourage you to practice your right to vote, and support not only your opinion, but our nation's democratic structure. Once the great leader of our nation is appointed, we immediately will hold him or her to the highest standard. What we expect in return is a moral, trustworthy leader that is willing to make not the most popular decision, but a decision that is in the best interest for our nation. The future remains unpredictable and the Middle East is increasingly unstable. In addition, the global outbreak of insurgency groups, such as ISIS, provides an impulsive future for the current war on terror and the use of our armed forces. We must understand that the future use of our troops will be used in the best interest for our country. The economy is also unpredictable. Global factors can arise that can put Wall Street into a state of turmoil. Although the president will likely be the target scapegoat for these issues, we need to remain positive that the Washington office is creating resolutions that are best for our country. We've seen a lot of great leaders come through our nation, yet not one has had the complete approval of the citizens. It is not realistic to think that every citizen will approve of our president, but realizing that everyone has the capability to trust leaders to make decisions for the betterment of our country is realistic. In 2016 and beyond, I challenge you to look at America as a large team. With the president as our coach, we may not agree on all decisions being made. However, we need to remain positive and understand that these decisions are being made by the most qualified people who have our nation's best interests in mind. Thank you.